We are going to review the brand new Thailand variant of Yokoza today from Tokyo Mayor. It's going to be great. We're going to have a blast. But the real question that needs answering is, what Tokyo Mayor characters will Mattel do next as Thailand variants? We know Mattel is bringing back the Tokyo Mayor sub-series for 2025 as we have a leaked image of a Dragon, Lightning McQueen, and Kabuto with Flames 2-pack. So what singles will they do? I mean, this year they did 3 singles and all of them were new Thailand variants. Komodo, Manji, and finally ending with Yokoza. If I was a betting man, I would definitely say GRC here. He's the exact same model as Manji, just with a different wing and obviously a different paint job, so it shouldn't be too hard for them there. I think I originally said Cho, who obviously is not out of the equation. They could do both. They could even do a third one there as well, but GRC feels a little bit more within the realm of possibility. Now, an interesting piece to add to this puzzle that eliminates a lot of characters from contention is that when they started doing the Tokyo Mayor characters in the mainline just a couple years ago, they have not gone back to any of them that were only released in 2010. What do I mean by that? They have basically ignored the 2010 Cars Toon line, only focusing on the 2013 to 2016 Cars Toons series exclusive to Walmart, where they re-released, they did do some Monster Truck Mayor stuff. They did Rescue Squad Mayor the Greater. They did 3-packs. They did do some deluxes, obviously, for Monster Truck Mayor. They did singles. And so basically, take those Tokyo Mayor characters. Those are the characters that they're pulling from to redo now. So, of course, Yokoza, Manji, Komodo, Kabuto with Flames, Drift Party Mater, Dragon McQueen, they all are from that pool. Who else would be from that pool? Well, GRC, Cho technically could be, Kyandi as well. And I think one of the pitties, I'm not sure if it's Techie or Packy, but one of them did get re-released in a 3-pack, I do believe. But we have to remember, this does pretty much eliminate Bainu, Yojimbo, Strip Kabuto, some of the better Tokyo Mayor characters from contention of being re-released. And I'm going to hold by that until they disprove me. Until they release a car that was released and only released in 2010, I'm going to believe that they are only taking from that most recent 2013 and 2016 era. That was a lot of information, but let me know in the comments below, what are your guesses for 2025 Tokyo Mayor lineup? But either way, we're going to focus on the present here with Yokoza, who came out 2024 singles case K. He is unfortunately the last one of the case I'm reviewing, but that really is just a testament to how good the case was, including Barney Cones, GRC Jackson Storm, and Raoul CaRoule, and the highly anticipated Margaret Motorray. I love Yokoza, but unfortunately, those all are kind of better, just in my opinion. But Yokoza still is great, and I'm very excited to see how different he is coming from Thailand versus China. So obviously you have the standard Tokyo Mayor art there on the front, and on the back we now have kind of the complete collection, not really, but almost. This does show a lot of the Tokyo Mayor characters they've done. These 4 were from last year. Drift Party Mater, Patoka, Kabuto of Flames, and Ito-san were all released as singles last year in 2023, none of which were released this year in 2024. Komodo and Manji both this year, Komodo case H, Manji case J, obviously here, so Yokoza case K, meaning that they just drill them all out in a row, 1, 2, 3, back to back to back to back. Kind of strange they didn't spread them out a little bit more, and also not doing a Tokyo Mayor 2-pack this year is a little strange because they did 2 last year, Kabuto and Kabuto Ninja, Dragon, McQueen, and Drift Party Mater. Of course, next year you have McQueen and Kabuto, so they're just trying all the combos. I'm sure we'll get probably a Mater, Kabuto Ninja one. You know what would really be sick, though, is like a Komodo Yojimbo 2-pack. That would be awesome. Obviously, I would love a new character, but it doesn't seem like they have any propensity to do anything new, let alone something as exotic as being from 2010. I'll be right back with Yojimbo. Oh my, did I just say Yojimbo? I'm dreaming. Yokoza all opened up. So as with many of the Tokyo Mayor characters they've been doing, this guy's been released now 4 times. Of course, all of them originally in 2010, most of which as a single. Then again in 2013 in a 2-pack with Chisaki in the main line, when they were basically just referring to him as a Cars 2 character. Well, because yes, Kabuto and Yokoza do indeed appear in Cars 2. That's why Kabuto's been released so dang much, because he got a single release in 2012. He then got re-released multiple times just in the Tuner series. He got released in 2020, I think it was, 2022, before they even started doing the Tokyo Mayor stuff within the main line. So Kabuto's been spammed. You think Yokoza would have maybe gotten a few more releases because he was in Cars 2, but no, this is just his 4th. The other one came in a 3-pack in 2014 with Dragon McQueen and Karisu. Another reason why I think Karisu could be next on Mattel's list for Tokyo Mayor re-releases. There he is in Cars Tokyo Mayor. I was about to say Cars 2 or something, but actually, yeah, sure, why not? I'll show him in Cars 2 just to give you guys an idea as well. Another thing I want to mention is that Yokoza in Japanese basically means the head of the table, who would sit at the head of the table, the head of the household. So basically the king of the household. Maybe that's why he has this big mohawk, kind of representative of a crown. That's kind of what I think of it as. It's kind of a cool little Easter egg. A lot of the Tokyo Mayor characters do have quite a bit of meaning in their names when looked at through a Japanese lens. So obviously we're going to do a side-by-side comparison here with the original Chinese version. Let's see if this is, this should be the original from 2010. Let's do a little zoom ski. Nope, I was wrong. This is from the 3-pack with Dragon Lightning McQueen. The 230, no! This could honestly be from the 2-pack with Chisaki, because that was like in the last case of 2-packs for the year, or the 3-pack. But it is not the original 2010 version, I could tell you that right now. But yeah, I guess that's fine. Totally cool. By the way, I guess I should explain how I know that, just so everyone's on the same page. But this here means that he was produced on the 235th day of 2013 at the EAA factory. So like I said, yeah, this is probably the 3-pack. I feel like the 2-pack version would have been made a little sooner, but it really doesn't matter. I just wanted to get a little context there. Right off the bat, you could tell that the blue on the Thailand version is a little bit brighter. It's not as dark and navy-ish as the original one here is. I like the eyes better. They're a little smaller and they look a little more real. These look a little fake. Honestly, it looks like a factory custom the way those eyes are done. The side view mirrors are not silvery chrome anymore. They're a lot more plasticky looking. And yeah, that probably is because, well, they are plastic, but they did a little bit better job of making them look real and like shiny versus kind of cheap plastic. But we've encountered that on a couple of these features. They did that a little bit with Kabuto, in my opinion, as well. But I do like the brighter red. I like the lighter blue, so off to a good start there. I think the headlights also look a little bit more realistic in the sense you could actually see the circular headlights within the panel itself there. On the side here, very similar. I'd say the rims are, yeah, I mean, they are pretty gosh darn similar. Thailand on the right, China on the left. I do really like the side view mirrors on this guy because it's actually like a triple side view mirror, each being a different level. They're like icicles, but in the form of a side view mirror. Very cool, but I do like the more chrome colored ones on the original release. I definitely do prefer that, but oh well. Well, I don't know. Honestly, I'm not super sold either way on the Mohawks here. They're very different. You know, the Thailand version has a little bit more of like a paint splatter effect going on here as the red fades into the yellow. It's like it's a burst, whereas this is more of like a horizon gradual color gradient going into the yellow. So very different there. The yellow is also a lot brighter. This is more of an orange. So interesting. I will say, yeah, I mean, the China one's a lot better. Yeah, I don't know. Depends on what you like. The tips, this is going to sound weird. The tips fully close up here. As you can see, they're touching. The tips are touching. Here, there's a nice little gap right down the middle in between all the tips, which doesn't really look great. I feel like they should be touching. Like, yeah, seeing that gap down the middle doesn't look right. And also, the base piece there that is at the bottom of all the little feathers here, the mohawk pieces, is red now instead of being blue. So it just kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. This looked a lot more natural. So I'm not a huge fan of that. And now I did know this was coming from Astro Smokey, who helped me get this one, but whoa, oh goodness gracious, this back window is atrocious. He was right. This is bad. Like, I understand that all windows now, most windows on Thailand cars are this opaque, light gray, not the kind of black, almost transparent. I know it's not, you can not see through it necessarily, but you're kind of more looking into the interior piece that's blocking the light versus the light actually being blocked by the piece itself. We see this on Komodo here with his windows, but they aren't as blatantly bad. Like, that doesn't look that much worse compared to that. But unfortunately, when you have an entire window covering the back half or the back of your vehicle, it opens the door to get ugly. Because, yeah, I am not fond of how that looks really at all. It's like, it's weird. I understand, like, oh my God. Like, I guess this whole back panel is a window. But, like, is it though? That's what I'm getting confused at here. Like, why is this bottom piece technically a window as well? I mean, you could get away with it a lot more easily with it being black than with it being gray and have it stand out a lot more. Like, let's just go back to Komodo here. When they switched from the black to the gray, it doesn't look that bad. Like, it just is what it is. Doesn't change really the flow or the vibe of the diecast. Here it definitely freaking does. Like, ugh. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like this. I'm just going to leave it at that and then go on to my next gripe here, which is pretty much the same as the side view mirrors one, but we went from nice chrome exhaust pipes to the cheap plastic gray looking ones, which again, they're plastic on both, but Mattel did a better job back in the day of making them look a little bit more legit than what they are doing now. This is a bad Thailand variant in my opinion. It started off good and hey, maybe you just look at them from the front and you're totally fine with it. It's not that big of a deal, but I do think this is one of Mattel's worst Thailand variants in a while. Could be considered the worst since Mel Dorado, which is saying a lot considering they completely miscolored him. Yeah, there are some bad ones out there for sure. I mean, even this year they did some not great ones, but I feel like overall they haven't been that bad. The window here, like, we knew this was coming because this is the exact same type of window piece that's on Komodo or any other car. So it would have obviously been translated over into this opaque gray. Like, I get it. It just doesn't look good. Like, it shouldn't stand out that much. That's all I'm saying. But all right. Oh, well, fair enough. Bait stamp, bait stamp. How about date stamp? I have coined the term bait stamp because it's like base plus date, bait. T21A means he was produced during the 21st week of 2024 at the A factory in Thailand. So yeah, what do you guys think in the comments below? Unfortunately, I don't think this guy will be remembered too fondly. I think he will be up there along with the ranks of Mel Dorado in terms of Thailand variants. I mean, just as far as the Tokyo Mayor characters go, I think Komodo was an improvement. I mean, again, I really think they went for like a metallic look here for Komodo. He is so much different. I mean, he's got metallic wheels now, which is sick. I mean, this is an improvement. I mean, at bare minimum, it's just as good as the Chinese version. I love both. They're great adds to the collection either way. As for Manji here, Thailand on the left, China on the right. He's a darker gray, almost again, like a metallic version of our previous Manji. And I think the expression looks better. Maybe the decals aren't as crisp. Maybe you don't really like the darker gray and you prefer the kind of silver. But still, I think the Thailand version is really solid here. I think they did a fine job. But with Yokoza, starts off all right, but a lot of these parts got converted from the silver chrome to cheap looking plastic. And yeah, just ended up with kind of a bad product all around. I'm sorry, Mattel. You know I love you, but I gotta speak it when I see it. And yeah, I mean, it just looks weird without the tips touching up here. Like, it should be fully enclosed, like a cage. And it's just, it's not. Very strange to me. Very strange. Like, what the hell? Couldn't we at least do that? Like, oh man, just get the mohawk right. It's a plastic piece. Come on. Come on, guys. All right, enough complaining. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Let me know who's your favorite Tokyo Mater character. I'm a big fan of Tabainu. Red's my favorite color, and this guy just is an absolute beautiful casting. He is very representative of, oh man, who's the character from the video games? Otto. Is it Otto? It might be Otto. Or is that the one that looks like Manji? I'm trying. I don't remember who looks like Tabainu, but there is a character from the video games that is very similar to Tabainu. I'm just blanking on the name right now. But yeah, next year, who are they going to do? I am a firm believer in Karisu, and I would probably then go Cho. I think both are very likely to happen at some point here. I would be surprised if they, I would be very disappointed, honestly, if next year they roll up and they're like, yeah, we're going to do a bunch of Tokyo Mater stuff, but none of it's going to be a new Thailand variant. I mean, I've already accepted the fact they aren't going to give us any new Thailand releases. Like, I get it, fine, or any new Tokyo Mater characters, whatnot. At least give us some new Thailand variants to chew on, right? I think Kyandi, Cho, Karisu should be next up in the wings, but who knows? I don't think Teki and Paki would be that out of left field either, but we know that Mattel is not fond of doing two pitties in a pack anymore, hence Breaker Boggs with the fire barrel. Like, I could totally see them doing like a Peki with an accessory or a Teki with an accessory before they do both of them together. Could be wrong though, because they're so small. They're basically like Luigi and Guido. Let me know what you think. Lots to talk about. As always, thank you for watching. Bye now. For all the people about to say you forgot to compare him to DJ, well, here you are. Did not forget to compare him to DJ. DJ is kind of like the base model for Yokoza and Yojimbo. And as you can see, this is the Thailand version of him with the flames here, where he does kind of have those darker gray exhaust pipes, but still, these look better, and yeah, they're plastic, than these that are also plastic. I mean, these just look so cheap looking. These at least have some grit on them. Maybe it's because they have the flames, but yeah, it is kind of interesting. I mean, DJ has the sound system back here, and then with Yokoza, they just were like, yeah, no, he's got nothing back there. It's just a big old window. It's a big old window, even though he's got the speaker on the sides here still. Another interesting thing, though, is that DJ's side view mirrors, he just has two, and they are a part of the main metal body, whereas Yokoza has always had three, and they're a plastic piece. So there are some structural differences here between the two, but very similar. Both have that same splitter in the front there as well. And then obviously the third child in the triumvirate would be Yojimbo.